Hello viewers, welcome back to a new session of the lesson Force and Pressure. Previous videos I had explained about what changes happens if we will give a force to an object. So today we will study about the contact forces, second number, that is frictional force or friction. What is meant by friction? First, we will give a definition. The force responsible for changing the state of motion of all objects in is called the force of friction. So, force of friction, simple way we can say, the force which acting on moving objects in opposite direction to the portion of the object is called the force of friction. So you can say some examples from our daily life. A ball rolling along the ground gradually slows down and finally comes to rest. When we stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and finally comes to a stop. Another example, a car or a scooter also comes to rest once its engine is switched off. Similarly, a boat comes to rest if we stop rowing it. So, why it is happening? Because in all these cases, in all these situations, no force appears to be acting on the object, yet their speed is gradually decreases and they come to rest after some time. Actually, what is the reason behind it? Because the force responsible for changing the state of motion of all objects in all these examples is the force of friction. It is the force of friction between the surface of the ball and the ground that brings the moving ball to rest. When you are walking, why you are not falling? Because there is a friction between the ground and your leg, your that sole of the leg will be there, so we will not fall. If there is water or oil on the floor and if you try to walk or run, you will fall because there is the because of the smooth surface, no friction is there, so force cannot apply because it is slippery and the person will fall. It is the force of friction between the surface of the ball and the ground that brings the moving ball to rest. Similarly, friction between water and the boat brings it to a stop once you stop rowing. The force of friction always acts on all moving objects and its direction is always opposite to the direction of motion. When the object is moving in one direction, frictional force is acting on it from the opposite direction. For example, I told just now when you are walking, why you are not falling? Because when your sole of your leg will be touching on the ground, there will be a friction between the ground and your leg will be there, so you will not fall. It is also an example of a contact force. So when we will touch the sole of your leg on the ground or the floor, there will be a contact force also takes place. You may be wondering whether it is essential for the agent applying a force on an object to be always in contact with it. So, when any object is moving, with the contact of that object only, it can move. So that is called the frictional force. Next one is non-contact forces. That means no touch between the two objects, still there will be motion takes place. First one is magnetic force. So to explain that magnetic force, there will be one activity is explained. So how we will prove that there is magnetic force applied on object. So I will explain that experiment. You can try at home also this if you are having the magnet. So for that what needed, we needed two bar magnets. To study the state of motion of two magnets which are not in physical contact when their like poles and unlike poles are bringing nearer to each other. So here we can prove there is without contact with each other also motion takes place, and at the same time unlike poles will attract and like poles will repel each other. So how we will prove this? Take a pair of bar magnets. Place one of the magnets over three round-shaped pencils or wooden rollers. You can see on the screen that experiment is explained. Two bar magnet, one bar magnet you take, and three round pencil or the rollers you keep over that. One part of the magnet we will keep. Then now bring one end of the other magnet near the end of the magnet placed on the rollers. So where you kept the rollers, on that we will be keeping one part of the magnet. That place we will bring the another magnet, one end of the another second magnet, and try to observe whether the magnet will move towards the second magnet or away from the second magnet. Next part of the activity, bring the other end of the magnet near to the same end of the magnet placed on the rollers. So you change the second magnet and bring that other end of the magnet near to the magnet which is kept on the rollers, same place. And again you observe whether there will be motion is there, that means the magnet is moving towards it or moving away from it. Now what happens to the magnet placed on the rollers? Every time another magnet is brought near it. So you can say your observation. When the end of the second magnet is brought near the end of the first magnet placed on the rollers, first magnet begin to move towards the second magnet. So both the magnets start attracting each other. So first magnet will move towards the second magnet. Now the next part of the experiment, what observation we can see? When the second magnet is reversed and bring near the first magnet, that means the side is changed. The other end when we will bring near to the first magnet kept on the rollers, the first magnet moves on the rollers away from the second magnet. So second time that first magnet start moving away from the second magnet. So from this what we can conclude, when it is coming nearer there is attraction takes place, and when it is moving away repulsion takes place. So when we can say attraction takes place, it may be the magnet which is kept on the roller is one particular pole, and the second magnet end of the second magnet which is brought near to it is another pole. That means one may be north pole and the other may be south pole. So if two different poles are bringing, that is unlike poles are bringing, then they will attract each other. That is why first case that magnets are coming closer. Then in the next part of the experiment, we changed the side of the second magnet and brought near to the first magnet which is kept on the roller. There will be the first magnet start moving away from the second magnet. So this shows that both the ends are same pole. If it may be a north pole or it may be south pole. So both the magnets same like poles are coming nearer, repulsion takes place. So here we can prove that like poles will repel each other and unlike poles will attract each other, and that is about magnetism. And in this lesson what we will study from this experiment, we can say without touching or without the contact between two objects also the movement takes place. That is called magnetic force. Due to the magnetic force, without touching the objects can move. So next activity given, next part of the chapter. So you can see now. So students, what we will understand from this experiment, we can say that the force exerted by a magnet is an example of non-contact force. Similarly, the force exerted by a magnet on a piece of iron is also non-contact force. Now, next non-contact force is electrostatic force. So here electrostatic force also, to prove that there will be one activity given. You can see on the screen one table is kept and at one end of the table one thread is there. At the tip of that thread there will be a plastic straw. Cut it into two equal halves and one part of the plastic straw is tied on that thread and it is suspended from that thread. Now hold the other piece of the straw in our hand and rub its free end with a sheet of paper. So before bringing nearer to that first part, first straw which is hanging on the table, what we have to do, the second piece of the straw is rubbed with a piece of paper and that end you bring nearer to the suspended straw. Bring the rubbed end of the straw near the suspended straw. Make sure that two pieces do not touch each other. Only bring nearer to that but don't touch. Next, rub the free end of the suspended piece of straw with a sheet of paper. So, second part of the experiment, first we had taken the second piece of the straw, we had rubbed with a piece of paper. Now, second part, what we will do, rub the free end of the suspended piece of straw with a sheet of paper. Again, bring the piece of straw that was rubbed with the earlier with the paper near to the free end of the suspended straw and observe it. What we can see that a straw is said to have acquired electrostatic charge after it has been rubbed with a sheet of paper. So here when the straw is rubbed with a piece of paper many times, there will be a charge is producing. So both the ends of the straw is rubbed with the same material, that is piece of paper. So of course it has the like charges producing. The force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. This force comes into play even when the bodies are not in touch or not in contact. The electrostatic force, therefore, is an example of non-contact force. So this experiment how you will do? Again I will tell. Take a plastic straw and cut it into two equal halves and suspend one of the piece from the edge of a table with the help of a piece of thread, and now hold the second piece of straw in our hand and rub its free end with a sheet of paper and bring the rubbed end of the straw near to the suspended straw. Make sure that two bodies do not touch each other and observe. Now, rub the free end of the suspended piece of straw with a sheet of paper. Again, bring the piece of straw that was rubbed with the paper earlier near the free end of the suspended straw and observe it. Now, we can say the observation. In the first case, that means when the second piece is rubbed with a piece of paper and bring near to the suspended straw, what we can see, it moves towards the rubbed end of the straw. This shows that the attraction between them, because straw which is suspended one is uncharged and the straw which is rubbed with a piece of paper is charged one. So without touching, due to the electrostatic force which will be coming nearer to the object of uncharged body, the electricity is or the charge is transferring. So here the object or the straw which is uncharged will be attracted by the charged straw. So there will be attraction takes place. In the second case, when the free end of the suspended piece of straw is also rubbed with a sheet of paper, so of course it will also get one particular charge, and already other pieces also we had charged with a piece of paper. So what will happen? Both are like charges. So you will see that if like charges are coming, there will be repulsion takes place. So if both the bodies are charged and if they are having the same charge, because with the same piece of paper we are rubbed, so like charges will always repel. So there will be repulsion we can see in this experiment. So from this what we can say the conclusion? A piece of straw is said to have acquired electrostatic charge after it has been rubbed with a sheet of paper. Both the straws attract each other due to the unlike charges present on them and repel each other due to the same type of charge present on them. Thus, there is an attractive force exists between unlike charges and repulsive force exists between like charges. So this experiment shows that like charges will be always repel each other and unlike charges will attract each other. So these are examples of non-contact forces. Next one is gravitational force. Already you had studied in lower classes gravitational force. If you will throw a ball upwards, automatically it will come downwards. It will not go up. It will come again down to the earth. If you will throw a piece of paper on upwards, after some time it will come down. A tree which contain the fruits, when it will be ripened, it will fall on the ground. It will not go upwards. If a leaf which is yellow or dried, it will fall and comes down to the earth. So these are all due to there is one force which is acting by the body, acting on the body of the object towards the center of the earth or towards the earth. That is called the gravitational force. So due to the gravitational force of the earth, all the objects which we are throwing upwards will come down. Leaves and fruits also fall to the ground when they get detached from the plant. When the coin is held in your hand, it is at rest. As soon as it is released, it begins to move downwards. It is clear that the state of motion of the coin undergoes a change. Objects or things fall towards the earth because it pulls them. This force is called force of gravity or gravitational force. This is an attractive force. The force of gravity acts on all objects. The force of gravity acts on all of us all the time without our being aware of it. We are not knowing, but it is always acting on our body. Water begins to flow towards the ground as soon as we open a tap. When we will open a tap, automatically the water flows downwards, not upwards. Water in rivers flows downwards due to the force of gravity. So, gravity is not a property of the earth alone. In fact, every object in the universe, whether it is small or large, exerts a force on every other object. Not only the earth, all objects on the earth or the universe acting a force on other objects. So it exerts a force on every other object. This force is known as gravitational force. So gravitational force is also one example of non-contact force. So non-contact force we had studied magnetic force, then gravitational force and electrostatic force. So students, today I had explained all these points. Go through the video and read the chapter and try to do the simple experiments if you can do at home. We will meet again in the next part, that is pressure. So till then, goodbye.